Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, the Matt Forbeck 2023 rule set. Fantastic set. Fully carries the legacy of Gary Gygax. Dungeons & Dragons is listed on the back cover. Gary Gygax is listed on page like 3, I think. It's wild. But today we're going to continue the adventures of Green Goblin as a hero. Very interesting. All right, so basically at this point, Green Goblin is in month 3. He's built all of his equipment, and he is in year 0, right? And he's really kind of like trying to hone his skills and join the hero brigade, right? Actually, just join the general group of Marvel heroes, right? So he goes out, and it's like a Wednesday night, and it's 1 a.m. and he goes on patrol in New York City. Okay, he's hovering over a building, and this waitress comes out of the back of a diner, and she's finished her shift. She just starts walking through the back alley with her phone out. Right, well, she heads down, and these 2 thugs come out into the alley, and are like, "Hey, what's the text you're reading? Read it to us." Right, and so they start coming close to her, and Norman Osborn sees this, right? And now he's in all of his green Goblin splendor, but he's hidden 4 stories up, right? So he's watching this. So these 2 thugs come out, and one of them said, and the lady kind of looks up, and she's like, "Oh no," like she's startled because like these 2 men are just kind of rolling out in a dark alley toward her, and he's like, "Read us the text," right? And she's like, no. And one of the thugs snatches the phone from her, and she's like, "Oh no." Yeah, she says that literally out loud, where before she was just kind of vibing, "Oh no." And the other guy says, having your phone taken from you is the worst of you. It will be the least of your worries this evening. And the 2 of them start to close in, right? So Norman Osborn does not he doesn't waste any time. He swoops down from the 4th floor on his Green Goblin glider, picks up one of the thugs, and he says, "You're the ones who should be worried," right? And at that point, the guy goes to kick him, to get himself loose, right? And Green Goblin says, and I'm like, "So what's your action?" So first of all, he made a D616 roll to swoop down, and he was able to snatch up the one of the thugs very easily. He made the roll. He had enough success, and that was an agility roll. You have melee and agility and resolve. Is it resolve? And then ego and vigilance and logic. All right. Resilience. And it actually literally spells out Marvel, which is pretty cool. All right. So resilience is the R. So he had made an agility roll. And at this point, he's going to make his first melee roll. So I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to take the one thug and I'm going to throw him into the other thug, right? I was like, no problem. Okay. So here we go. D616. So he rolls, right? Now, Green Goblin is a rank 4 hero. Rank 4 out of 6. That is no joke. That is literally the same rank as Captain America, right? Like, rank 4 is a serious hero or villain. So he's playing, he's playing for keeps here, right? So he rolls a 2, a 1 in the middle on the Marvel die, and he rolls a 5, right? So he has 12 points, and then it was melee. So he's got a 17 with a fantastic success, right? Now, these are average thugs. So I just use the average civilian. So these are mooks, right? Like they're meant to be like knocked around, So I'm expecting him to knock out one of them, and then the other one's going to give him a little what for, right? Scuff him up a bit, right? That's what I'm expecting to happen. He rolls this, right? And we do the math. It's 4 times his melee modifier is 6. So it's his rank times 6, that's 24. Plus 5, that's 29. Okay? So he's got 29 points, right there. And then that's doubled because he got the fantastic success, which means he's got 58 points, right? These guys only have 10 hit points each. He throws the one guy into the other guy, and they go both hurtling across the alley, and both their skulls crack like eggshells on the brick wall on the other side, and they both die. What? Right? So in his first outing, he kills 2 thugs who threaten this woman, right? So he's like, okay. And the lady's like, oh my God, it runs over and grabs her phone. And she's like, thank you so much. I really think they were going to hurt me. And Norman Osborn's like, get home, quickly and be safe, right? And then at that point, he flies off on his Norman Osborn glider. But in the first rounds of combat, he just straight murdered 2 people, right? Because he really didn't know his own strength, and I think it would have been fine. Actually, he would have killed the 2 of them, even if he had, just on a 29, that would have been enough to kill the 2 of them, right? That's really out there, right? So Norman Osborn comes out of the gate extremely strong, extremely powerful, right? And I'm also teaching the gold player what's needed for using his edge, but he is no joke. This is a rank 4 Reaper, right? So we're gonna cut it off there for right now. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion about the awesome Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, Iron Snow campaign. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.